So, Mais, this is second session. Mais, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I was talking to you about the default dictionary. So if you use a dictionary here in this case, it will make it slightly easier for you to find information, and it will prepare you for the next step in the project, because you need to really use dictionaries. Okay. So now, okay, I again confirmed that. So let's go back to your code and see how it should be. So again, as I told you, Moise, you already defined books here. If you tell me to use library, I would stick to creating libraries. So, I would name that as a library because they mention it like that. And if you want to achieve the full mark, of course, what you have done is not bad at all. It still be acceptable, but definitely if they don't meet their exact requirement, I'm not sure. Maybe you lose 1 mark or 2, or even they just pass it. It should be fine. But again, so these two, actually, I don't need to do that. Even if you're using a list, you are able to say if book in books.
Okay.
But the point, if you use a dictionary, you use a key. The key will be the title of the book.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So let me show you here how it should look like. No, I need to show you another code.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So here, so the first information, actually, it is the title of the book. Okay. And then I pass it the object. And that is, if you understand this perfectly, you're able to solve. I mean, this is part of the challenges that you will see in the project. So here I use the default dictionary. Okay. And I pass it the default key, not the default key, but it's the default value. So the default value is book. So I'm going to store here in every title, book title, I will store the object itself. So this is the book object.
Okay. So what's the asterisk in the data?
Okay, so we know the data is a list, right? Okay, and we read before, you took already something like you're able to pass. Let me see. You are able to, even you asked me about that. So you are able to, I think something.
Oh, now I remember.
So even you're able to even use it. So I can call that whatever. I can call it data. Okay. So data is just a list. Okay. And instead of putting it one by one, so if I don't pass it like that, it should be passed. Actually, you can see what I'm writing or not?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So if you don't pass it with the asterisk, then you have to pass it like that.
Oh, I see.
So which one is not easier? It's short.
Asterisk is better. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And again, this does not affect how the constructor in the class looks like. So it means, so if I open here, this is your code. No, it's my code, but it doesn't matter. The same. So here, as you see, the constructor that I'm calling is having here title, author, ISBN and copies. Okay, so it doesn't matter. It will not change. I will pass it the asterisk data, and then it will automatically put the data exactly same like that. So if the list have four elements, then it will pass them one by one like that. But the only thing that so this means that this will exactly work without me passing the elements of the list one by one by using square brackets. Did you get what I mean? Or you're confused?
No, you said it right. You said it. I understand.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good.
All right, and then what's the next thing?
Okay, so the next thing is, okay, so it is clear that you pass a
This
hook.
is the ideal answer. Could you show me real quick what did I put?
Yes, definitely. So so what you did here, let me see, wait. So what you did here, Moise, is that you do it this way. I even believe,
Honestly, this part right here was giving me issues too.
yes. So yes, I can I can understand that.
Yeah, I was stuck on this for a while.
Okay, so books here. Maybe I try to find exercises that we can do here. But
Okay.
so this code also needs some kind of improvement. Until here, it looks perfect, except
Okay.
that part is not needed.
Okay.
So you don't need to read lines. You don't need that.
Okay.
Okay, I will show you why. So you can, instead of using lines, you can just use the file here. So
Okay.
line in file, and then you don't need to use that at all.
Okay.
And you can split, and what you have done is perfect. Okay, I'm not perfect, but it's okay, it's acceptable. That
Okay.
you already changed that to tuple, but I don't know. Okay, so I understand. You are trying to, here, you are trying to get rid of
Because I kept getting the same error, so that's why I made this exception in the first place.
okay, well, you're getting an error because the text file that you're having is having one line with a title of, with the definition of what is inside the file. So he's telling you, okay, the first column is for the title, the second column is for ISBN, the third column. So when you read that, this is actually all of it is a text. So you will not be able to find numbers here. You're not. Did you get me? Wait.
Could you? Yeah, I kind of got you. Could you explain that like one more time?
Yes, sure. So wait.
So yeah.
Give me a second. I don't want you to imagine things here. Can you see that?
Yes.
So you see here this line. So if you see that line, you will know that. So the first one is a title, author, ISBN, copies. Here is a number, but here is not. So that first line will always give you an error. So what you need to do, and also this is the same in the project. So the trick here is that you have to pass this line. You don't want to get this line in your for loop. You need to pass this line first. How to pass it? You write next.
You write next?
Yes. So you use the word next.
Okay.
So when you use, and so here, so if you name the file as F, you would call it next F. If you name the if you open, so there is a variable that always come out when we use the method open. So you open a file for reading, right? using the method that is called open. So you use a variable that that gets the return out of this file opening the file. So depending on that variable, you have to decide here. It's next f, next file, or whatever. So next, it means that it will not read that line, and it will start reading from the next ones. So the problem is that when you try to get the copies here of the book, you always get a text, and that can never be converted to an integer. But here it is an integer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do that, then you don't need to change anything in your. Oh, sorry, not this. So what you're trying to do here is
You're saying the next goes in this area, right?
yes, it should be. So we should remove that here.
Uh-huh.
So you should put here next file. Okay. So
Okay.
once you put next, then you start reading from line in file, and then you start reading as usual. So and when you do that, you don't need this 3 or 4 lines anymore.
Okay.
So you put it here, and you put it in a try and except, because you are getting an error when you're trying to convert number of copies into integer. When you have a text, you cannot convert it in an integer. It can never be converted. So when you have a text copies, you cannot convert it in an integer.
Yeah, no.
But when you have 3 like that, you're able to convert it to an integer. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
So when you have 3 like that, or 4 or 5 or 6, yes, it is a string that can be converted in an integer. So you can do that, and this will not fail. Okay. So
Yeah.
what you have done is okay, you didn't know what is the problem, and then you created a solution for that. But okay, but the correct way is not to use that. Okay. Okay, because that exactly what he asked you to do it. I mean, it's clearly mentioned that you need to do that in the project file. Okay, so now again, what you have done here is perfect. No problem with that. Here, almost perfect, because you use the list instead of a dictionary, and he's asking you to use a collection. But okay, maybe he will accept it. Maybe he will not. It depends on the person who is checking. But I believe they are not so tight with you people. I can see that he giving you always good marks, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, now let's go back. So like what I said to you, you use for and if, but actually you can use just only one line. If T in library. So library is a dictionary. Okay. We can specify here library.keys, or even library. He will always search the keys. Okay. So T here is an input is a book title. I will check if the book title given by the user is inside the keys of the dictionary library. Then I will do something. I do it in a different way. It doesn't matter. But again, instead of looping through everything in the dictionary, I just do it in one line. This is a trick only.
Okay, that makes sense. Wait, real quick, could you show me the other one again? I just want to see what I did again.
Yeah,
Right
sure.
there in the number 3, the slide 3, yeah.
Here, right?
Okay, I see now.
Okay, so that's a slight different. But and this one, to be frank, just to be, I didn't really I didn't have a chance again to go to check what you have done here exactly is exactly same like the spec or not. I didn't have a chance, but I think in general it looks fine. And I would say also that this is I think okay lah. I think okay. I think okay, it's nothing wrong with what you are writing. It should be fine. Okay, so now and I already explained that part to you. What else? What else? Yes, and that also, yeah. So yes, I think it's like that is fine. So I already told you all my comments here.
Yes.
So okay, should we go to the project, or you got something else to?
Okay, let me look at number 12 one more time. Just any questions? I'm just looking through it real quick.
Sure.
Okay, no, I think I'm good.
Okay, good. So let me try to search here. So did you take Java in your programming courses before?
No.
Okay, so we have, or even C or C++.
No, neither.
Oh, okay. So this is something really short, and why I'm explaining it. Actually, I wanted to explain it earlier, but we didn't have a chance. But since I use it in the project, so let me tell you here's the trick. Actually, this can do something for you very quick. So it can put for you an if statement in one line, and very short. So I would say this is a message variable that have a string, but the content of the string will depend on some kind of if statement. But I don't want to write it in 2 or 3 lines. I just want it to be quick enough. So it will say message will be equal, the number is even if number when I make a modulus 2, if number modulus 2 equal 0. So it means that when I divide the number by 2 and there is no remaining, the remaining is 0, this is an even number. Else, if this is not true, then I will assign message to this string. So okay, I will assign. So I have 2 strings, two possibilities, either 1 or 2. I will say message will equal the number is even if number the number variable, when it is divided by 2, there is no reminder. Okay, so if it is like that, this means that message will equal the number is even. If not, if this evaluated to false, then this will be inserted, will be assigned to the message. Does this make sense? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Or it's too difficult? I know it's at the first.
Because the syntax thing at the top, the untrue, and then you put the expression and then the false.
Yeah, okay, so it's more clearer here. Yes, okay. Yeah. Good. So okay, if it makes sense, then okay, that's so of course, as you know, that the project is quite big, so we might not be able to go through it all one shot, but you still have 1 month, right?
Yes.
Okay, so So Moise, even though we are not practicing, but I still find that you are somehow progressing in a good way. It mean this is I can see from your answers. Yes, of course, you didn't reach a perfect stage, but I can see a big difference in the progress. At least you're able to answer alone on your own all the exercises. So that is actually good. Um, uh, I was thinking that you should do some practice, but I'm in the class with me here. But of course, maybe there is not much time to do that. Um, but
Yeah.
but but
So, I can skate. There's only like a couple more weeks left, like 4, 5, 6-ish. So we can do 2 sessions. I can schedule one for Wednesday, I think.
okay, let's yeah, let's see. So yeah, I see that you're progressing, but of course, if you practice, then we can guarantee, because again, here we have to put into account. I don't know how much mark uh, is is on the final exam. They will give you a multiple choice, or you have to solve a programming question.
It's usually both.
Okay, so yeah, this one you need definitely, if it is not multiple choice, you need to practice, because here we are discussing it before you start writing. So somehow this give you a push, but the real thing it will appear once you start to solve alone. So
Yeah.
anyhow, so yes, we have to make sure that you are ready enough for that. So now let us have a look at the first thing. So um, to me, with what I have seen from you, I would say don't busy your mind with too much requirements. Go one by one. So in the normal case, I will always say the books say, the neuroscience books say that you should read all the requirements, especially in the exam. You should always read all the requirements and then start solving one by one. When you do that, you allow the back end of your brain to work in parallel with your working memory, because you have two things actually. You have actually there is even not even two. There is more than two working parts of your brain. So the one works as you wish when you are in the focus mode, which is the working memory. You pass it a problem, and then it start help getting information from the permanent memory to help you to solve the problem. And then there is another part of the brain that can work automatically and without your intervention. So when you read the whole requirement one shot, that part of the brain typically help you find solutions, and you find the solutions rushing out to your brain when you are solving something. So this help you're using like you are, how to say, you're doing two things in parallel. But in your case, I just noticed that when you have the full requirement in your brain one shot, that causes you confusion, or make you not focus on the current requirement. This is what I notice. I am not so to put my hand deeply on your issue, and to find again the correct formula for your mind. I need some time seeing you doing exercises. But at the moment, I advise everybody something different. But in your case, I believe it's better to focus on one requirement before looking to another. So your mind is not confused. So the back end of your brain does not push a lot of things unnecessary to you and confuse you into solving the current one. So
Okay, I guess we can
is it
start with which one do you think is like the first, like the trick part?
um everything got kind of tricks. So I mean,
Okay.
yes, we have to start one by one, because every one of them got tricks. But tell me, did my notice actually hit the truth or no?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, at least I confirm my understanding. Okay, so actually every part got its own trick. So let us go one by one first. Program start by reading from an input file containing an app information per line, okay, in a CSV format. Did you take a CSV reader?
Well, I'm familiar with what it is.
Okay, so did you take it in the class?
It was like we kind of had like a few units covering it.
Okay, so okay, and please don't forget to upload all the new class information so that I know. Okay, so okay, the information is separated by comma and saved as a CSV file.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you read the CSV file, an app items will be created and saved to a dictionary category underscore dic of apps per category. So a category dictionary. Okay, no, wait. The key will be category, like store design, for example, or marketing, and the values will be apps item object. So that is what I was trying to tell you a while ago, that you need to create a dictionary with one of the content that you read from the CSV file. And so the key will be a string. The key for the dictionary will be a string, and the value will be an object. Here, the value will be apps object. Actually, in fact, it's a list of objects, not only one. So again, actually,
Wait, are you sharing something right now?
oh, oops. Oh, I mean, I was reading from a file and you didn't see my.
I was looking at my own PDF and I was just trying to see where you were at.
Oops, sorry. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no worries.
So I was reading this two portion, and
Okay.
then I wanted to share with you how the. Okay. So can you see the CSV file?
Yes.
So as you see here, the first line here is actually the one that you saw previously, which is containing all is the title of the contents here. So it's actually, this is not used. This is just to tell you which information you can find at which place. So the first is ID, and then the category that he wanted you to use as a key is here. So store design is a category, and the count is here. The review counts is here. So this is store design, and there is marketing here. So all this at the end is categories. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So it means that we need to get the last, when we read that CSV file, we need to get the last information, use it as a key for our dictionary. Now, let me share the code. No, I don't need to share the code. I need to share something else. So, and the CSV reader actually, so that is a reader, okay, and it's slightly different from typically reading a text file. This is the same, but when you do the CSV reader like that, you have to use a typical for loop. So now you are not using. So now let me share again with you here. So this is a typical way that we used to even read CSV files before. We just read it as a text file. So we open a file, and then we make a for loop for line in file, and then we start reading. We start. So okay, we have to off.
Okay. All right. Okay.